beware, beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical radio at its finest, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Friday morning, everybody. Hopefully in a little bit, we're going to have the drawing for the needy vet for this truck. And hey, Kevin, our good friend who donated the truck, he dropped it off about 2 weeks ago, and we've been getting names from the various military organizations and VFWs, American Legions. Kevin, you dropped the truck off, you got to drop the title off, too. We can't have one of our vets driving around with a titleless truck. But it was awful nice of Kevin to do that, and we've got a gun donated. We're going to have some other things donated, and, you know, we do this around the 4th of July. I say we, I say everybody, but I would just hope everybody would remember our brave military, men and women who fought and died. And again, people say I take it too far. I don't think I take it far enough. If we sit back and really understand the history of this great country, I don't think I've taken it far enough. I don't think any of us have. And I think that's the problem. You know, the country's like our parents. You never really appreciate them till they ain't around, until they're gone. Same way with this great country. You know, your parents get up every day. They work hard. They provide for you. Sweat. My pop worked 2 jobs when he was around. I've worked 2 or 3 jobs. I know a lot of you people have. But that's the analogy. Your mother and father, they don't get up every morning and say, thank me for going to work. Thank me for putting that food on the table. No, they love us. And they go out and do it. Military the same way. They don't flaunt what they do. But we take advantage of our parents. Remember back, and it's not really bad. It's just that we're ignorant. We're not stupid. We're not mean. We're not spiteful. We're just ignorant as to what is really going on. All we know at the end of the day, well, I didn't know it, but most people did, that there was food on the table. You had clothes. You had transportation. You had money that when you asked your mom or pop to go out, you didn't understand how you got all that, did you? Hell no, you didn't. And you know, you really didn't care. You just knew it was provided for you. And I've read enough about our military history, about the history of our great country and how we got to where we're at. Maybe some people didn't. But I realize that the country is our mother and our father. Our country is our family. And I told you before, 2 things you cannot love enough. Your family and your country. And your country is your family. And if you think about it in those terms, I think you'd appreciate this great United States a little bit more. Think about it as our mother and father providing for us. Now, I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying your mom or pop didn't spank your ass, maybe when you didn't need it. But then you got to remember all the times that you did need it, that you didn't get it. So I think you're more than even with your parents on the punishment end. But think about it. Again, you get up in the morning. I wasn't a normal family, but most normal families, I got to tell you, we never had transportation. Until I was 20 years old, never had a car. Family never had a car. We took the public transportation everywhere we went. And I didn't think it was bad because I didn't know any different. But anyway, with the 4th of July coming up, I hope most decent people, and a lot of us are ignorant. I didn't say stupid or spiteful or mean or evil. We're just ignorant as to what really took place for us to be in the positions we're in. And we're in a great position here in the United States of America because we can. Don't give me that, hey, I'm black, I can't do it, or I'm white, I can't do it, or I'm a woman, I can't do it. We can all do it. The opportunity's there. No one should be a failure in this day and age. Now, I understand back in the day, Civil War, the slavery, that was an issue. But that should not hold a proud man or woman down who was black, because the opportunity is there. And again, not just for the blacks, for the whites. The opportunity's there now, I think, for all of us. Now, somebody will use as an excuse that I can't do it because I'm black or I'm a woman or I'm gay or I'm this. Hell, I never used the excuse that I was crazy. I am, but I never use as an excuse. We all have the opportunity in this day and age in 2016. And anybody says any different's a damn liar. But let's remember this weekend. I looked in the paper. 2-for-1 sale. This off for Independence Day weekend. 20% off on an oil change. It just pisses me off. I don't give a damn about 20% off on an oil change. I give a damn about remembering why we celebrate Independence Day. And more than that, how the hell we have the opportunity. How we have the opportunity to be free to celebrate such a great day. Somebody said yesterday, I think, Carl, yeah, you barbecue, you have a good time. Some of you get drunk, some of you get sloppy drunk. That's okay. That's a residual effect. But what we must remember, all of us, how we got to this point, how we got to be independent, how we got to stay independent. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy when our mothers and fathers, a lot of them, I'm sure, got up 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, went to work in these factories. And I want to salute. Nobody salutes, and you've heard me before, nobody salutes the guys at the steel mills. Nobody salutes the hardworking laborers out there sweating their ass off. Nobody salutes the guys that poured the concrete in 110-degree weather. Nobody salutes the guys that put the asphalt down. Nobody salutes the guys who drive the trucks to bring the vegetables and the meat and the stuff that we barbecue with on the 4th of July. See, we all forget. We all live in our own little lame worlds, and we all forget, me included. You got to look at the big picture. And the big picture is together. Together, we as Americans, men, women, black, white, Democrats, Republicans, together, we've made this country great. But together is the only way that we can keep this country great. It's not going to stay great on its own. You can't keep driving that car, that pretty car you have. Ever so often, you got to put gas in that sumbitch or you ain't going nowhere. And ever so often, we have to give back to this great country. Ever so often, we have to reflect as to why we're here and what we're about. You can sit there and eat your barbecue, drink your beer, and that's great. But let's reflect a little bit. Let's reflect a little bit this 4th of July weekend. We're not going to be here on Monday. We're going to be celebrating the 4th of July. We're going to have, on my show, we're going to have an hour of military music. And you people don't forget, every Saturday on KZQZ 1430 AM at noon, we have a tribute to our military, a tribute to our country. It's the Spirit of America Hour, and we play an hour of military music. No other radio station, I bet you, throughout this country does that. And we don't have any advertisers. We've had people, Bob, I'd like to advertise on that show. No, it's not about money. It's about respect and honor. for our great country and our great military. And then on KQQZ 1190 on Sunday, we have the same show at 11 a.m. And it's an hour of military music. It's an hour of ballads. It's an hour of the country guys that loved our country, that play the patriotic songs. You can't really get many mainstream patriotic songs. If you want patriotic songs, you got to go to the countryside. And not that the country guys are more patriotic than everybody else. It's just I think they express it. They express it a little bit more than most people. We're going to be talking about, hopefully, the military all day today. And I don't want to make a bad light on a great day, but I just felt compelled. The Pentagon's ban on transgender service, they've lifted that. Now, I got to tell you, and I'm not politically correct by any means. I'm politically insane. And somebody in the military, an ex-military man or present or woman, if you think I'm wrong, give me a call. And I believe in equality in this great country. And you've heard me before. I don't give a damn what anybody does. I don't give a damn what anybody does in the privacy of their bedroom. It makes me no difference. But when you start flaunting it, and now we're going to have transgenders in the military, says here in the paper, our mission is to defend this country, and we don't want barriers unrelated to a person's qualifications to serve preventing us from recruiting. You know, that's bull crap. We got to have our service people ready to go. Their mindset's got to be ready to go. You know, it reminds me of MASH. Remember MASH back in the day for us old farts? Remember Corporal Klinger? Always wanted to act like a woman. Everybody laughed at him when they saw him on television. Everybody laughed at him when they saw him walking down the streets there on the show. You don't think people throughout this world are laughing at this great United States? And what pisses me off, if a guy wants to be transgender, get off your job. If you're in the military, I like that don't ask, don't tell policy. And I defended that. I don't care what a guy does in the privacy of his bedroom, privacy of his bunk. But you don't flaunt it. Especially you don't flaunt it when you represent this great United States of America, when you represent this great United States of America in a military uniform. How egregious is that going to be? Here's a guy with a beard. Here's a guy that with a big Adam's apple. And the son of a bitch is going to be walking around in a skirt in a Navy or Air Force WAC uniform. Do you think this great United States, do you think we're going to get respect from these foreign countries? You don't honestly think that, do you? And the world's eyes are always on us. We're always center stage, this great United States of America, the greatest country on earth. And then instead of remembering us for all the fighting, all the money we give to these foreign countries, saving their lives, they're not going to remember that. They're not going to remember our brave military who fought and died to make not only us free, but make them free. You think our soldiers had relatives over in Iraq and Iran? You think our military, our Navy, our Air Force had relatives in Iraq and Iran, Afghanistan? No, they're fighting to free them. They're fighting to save them. Not fighting to save their family. Think about it, people. But we sit back and we say that's not right. We can't continue to sit on our asses and be apathetic. Not just with this situation, with the St. Clair County politics, with the state of Illinois politics, with the Washington, D.C. politics. Do you understand? It just spirals and gets out of control. In the next 12 months, the ban's going to be lifted on transgender people serving in the military. I don't care. They can be transgender. But if you're a man, you wear a man's uniform. If you're a lady, you wear a lady's uniform. This is going to be so convoluted when it's all over in our great military. You don't think all the propaganda is going on all throughout this world, talking about, look how strong America is. Look what they're doing. By no later than next July, the military services will begin allowing transgender service members who meet all the standards to openly join the military and be who they are. I don't believe that's going to be a good thing for these transgender people, because our soldiers, our military, they're trained to fight. And I just honestly don't think it's going to be a good thing. And again, how proud can we be as Americans when our military is going to be walking into foreign countries after we've saved their lives, saved their families' lives? They're going to be happy, and they'll remember that. But then when our military's on leave in those towns, those countries, and they see some idiot walking around with a beard and a mustache and a big Adam's apple and something, he won't be something protruding from his midsection, and it ain't a roll of quarters because they probably have that whacked off. Unbelievable. And I'm not trying to make light of this. I just think this is the most asinine crap, and I'm not against the gay community. And don't get mad at me, Kern. I'm not against the gay community. And I know I believe him to be a heavy supporter of the gay community. I believe that. But think about it, people. You wouldn't get this on any other radio station. Rush Limbaugh's not going to touch it. They're going to touch it, but they're not going to dwell on it. But there's certain things that need to be dwelled on. You don't want your brain surgeon to go in and get half your brain out and say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go to another subject. No, I just think it's something to think about. And it segued into this great 4th of July weekend celebration. And I know the proud military. I know past, present, and even future proud military people aren't happy with this. I know the vets aren't happy with this. It diminishes that uniform. It diminishes what we stand for. It diminishes the symbol of this great United States. Now, be transgender, but see what pisses me off more than anything, and I know it pisses you off, they got to throw it in our face. They got to throw it right up there in their face. Be transgender. When there was the no talk, no tell, no whatever the hell that gay crap was, nobody cared because it was in the background. Don't ask, don't tell. That's what it was. I should have called Kern. He would have known that. Don't ask, don't tell. Well, I say, I'm not going to ask if you're transgender, and please don't tell me that you're transgender. Just do what the hell you do, but don't do it. Don't do it. You hear me? When you represent this great United States of America, certain things transcend our liberties. And disrespecting the organization that fights for the liberties that we like, I think that transcends our, see, I can't even, transgender transcends, it transcends our rights to be transgender. And you people think about it. Now, in St. Louis, some idiot, they want to fly a Bosnian flag next to the United States flag because it's just, no, it's not as important. It's not as important as the American flag. See, you can put an Italian flag, you can put a French flag, a Canadian flag, an Irish flag. But see, we don't need all those flags, people. We don't need all those flags because we've got one flag, the red, white, and blue. Do you hear me? The red, white, and blue flag. The great symbol of our great country, the symbol of everybody. The melting pot, everybody coming together. It's unbelievable that we got to put up with this crap. Transgender, homosexual, now Bosnian. What's going to be next? What's going to be next? Let's don't diminish the symbol and the patriotism that our flag stands for. Let's always remember why we can fly that flag. And it is. When you see that American flag, you see the Irish flag, you see the German flag. And now we can see the transgender flag. It can all be encompassing, but it's not going to fly next to our red, white, and blue. It's part of our red, white, and blue. We understand that. It's part. The transgenders are part of this great country. But if you ignorant, stupid son of a bitches think that you're going to get special recognition, special treatment because you're a man who wants to be a woman or a woman who wants to be a man I'm a man who wants to have $5 zillion. And I'd say be the president of the United States, but I've embarrassed myself enough. Hell, I don't even want to go there. We're going to go out in this segment and remember what a great country we have. And I'm looking at these songs, and I think we're going to go out in this segment. Hold on a second. Don't rush me. Nobody rush me. Here's what plays right into it. Fox, it's 50053. It's the Ballad of Ira Hayes. And it doesn't make a difference if he was an Indian, if he was black, if he was white, if he was a man or a woman, but listen to it and listen to it very carefully. Here's a guy who goes out, gets a Congressional Medal of Honor, gets a big award for taking care and protecting our great country. He went over and above the line of duty. But when he got out of the service, then he just became what he was before, an Indian. And everybody forgot about him. They didn't forget when they went to the show on Friday night that they were free to go to the show. I didn't forget because I know I'm free to say what the hell I want and not go to jail. Well, in St. Clair County, that's not I think they suspend the Constitution in St. Clair County, Kern, Sprague, and Barra Civic, but I think we're going to put a stop to it November the 8th. But listen to this song, The Ballad of Ira Hayes, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio. And you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM. Simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud to be the patriot and an American. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, very proud to be the Patriot. Let's take care of our little bit of housekeeping. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow, Saturday, the Caseyville Park. Fireworks start at dusk. It's a picnic and fireworks. Mayor Black, I want to salute you and everybody in Caseyville. They tell me this is going to be one of the biggest fireworks display in southern Illinois. So all you people, everyone's welcome all throughout St. Clair, Madison, Monroe County, the St. Louis area. Mayor Black, the great mayor of the great village of Caseyville, Illinois, invites everyone out to their fireworks extravaganza to be held. I just made that up, but that's okay. July the 2nd, tomorrow. Going to be a great time. Starts at 5. Fireworks start at dusk. You guys got to go out there. The mayor assures me that it's going to be better than the fireworks down at the Arch, and that's going to be something to see. Don't forget, coming up, July the 7th, Thursday, from 3 to 8 p.m., the blood drive, the St. James Catholic Parish and School blood drive. And Marge, we want to thank you for giving us all this information. You can contact Marge at 618-401-5122 to get any information to be involved. Our great friends and supporters in Freeburg, the Freeburg Police and Public Safety fundraiser will be held at Clinton Hills Golf Course on Saturday, July the 16th. And thank you, Matt Trout. He's a trustee in Freeburg, and this is over and above his scope of duties. He's trying to help get some funds for the Canine Corps in Freeburg. So if you'd like to get involved in the Freeburg Police and Public Safety fundraiser, you can contact Matt Trout at 618-410-8077. The 145th Annual Millstadt Fireman's Picnic next Friday and Saturday. Everybody has a great time out in Millstadt. They put on one hell of a show, anything they do in Millstadt. And don't forget, they have the coldest beer in Millstadt, Illinois ever. We, and again, want to salute the Millstadt and all our fire departments, all our police officers, all our first responders on this 4th of July for the job they do. going to be, again, July the 8th and 9th, Friday and Saturday of next week at Liederkrantz Hall in Millstadt, Illinois. We'll talk about it more next week. Come join us for fun. 4th of July Family Fun Fest. Man, I about got fined for that. It'll be held at Washington State Park July the 1st today through July the 4th. Washington State Park's at 13,041 State Highway 104 in DeSoto, Missouri. Thank you guys in the southern part of Jefferson County. I know you listen all the time, and we thank you for taking the time to listen. On this date, July the 1st, 1656, the first Quakers arrived in America in Boston. I thought it was crackers first, but I got to change my glasses. July the 1st, 1862, the Internal Revenue Service, that's mine. I love them. I love those guys. You hear me, guys? I love you. Was established under the name of the Bureau of Internal Revenue. July the 1st. That was back in 1862. They had the Internal Revenue. They've been screwing people long time. It ain't long dong, John. It's, well. July the 1st, on this date, 1863, the Battle of Gettysburg began. On this date, July the 1st, 1904, the third modern Olympic Games opened in St. Louis, Missouri. That was in 1904. And I was a National City policeman. I was 20 years old. They got me a police job so I could try to get a grant to go to law enforcement school. But you guys that used to drive down Route 3, all those houses were built for the 1904 World's Fair. And they put them there in National City. And then when the politicians wanted to take over National City and give it to Fairmont City and screw us like they always do, they knocked all those houses down. On this date, July the 1st, 1941, the first regular TV news program began. Hey, another great date in history. July the 1st, 1943, payroll tax withholdings began. On this date, July the 1st, 1950, the first United States troops landed in Korea. On this date, July the 1st, 1966, Medicare, the insurance program for the elderly, was inaugurated. I remember this. On this date, July the 1st, 1979, the first Sony Walkman was introduced in the United States. On this date, July the 1st, 2007, smoking became illegal in all public indoor spaces anywhere in Britain and Australia. That's what happened on this date, July the 1st, throughout all these years in our world's history. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and/or the Grim Reaper Radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling for the best of all three of our stations. You can like us on Facebook, KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. You can go to my personal Facebook page, Fans of the Grim Reaper, and never forget the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition on Facebook. That's where you'll get all the underbelly of St. Clair, Madison, Monroe, the area politics. You can listen to my repeat performance every day at 4 o'clock p.m. and now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. Hi, Bob. Without all our veterans, we would not have an America. I couldn't agree anymore. Let everyone be thankful and salute the 4th of July and our flag. Remember, the eagle doesn't give up either. That's our great bald eagle, the great symbol of this great country. Says right now he's a little pissed, but he holds his head up high as I do. Jerry Rosh from Millstadt. Jerry, a true veteran. Thank you very much. You know, you veterans out there, don't let us lame, ignorant son of a bitches spoil your day, because you guys deserve the 4th of July weekend. We deserve what we get because of what you did to give it to us. So you veterans, if somebody doesn't thank you, I always thank a vet for a service. You know, there's some lame son of a bitches out there. Don't let them get you down. Don't let them get you down. Just remember the history of our great country. You remember the history of our great country, and it'll get better with me. And it's an honor and a privilege. Patty Heatherly, she's the Public Relations Director for the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. And remember, people, the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition was organized it is a political party. It was organized as a patriotic movement, and that's what we are. We're patriots. It's a patriotic movement. We just had to get involved in politics because St. Clair County bastards scared and intimidated and threatened everybody away. So we felt we had to take the bull by the horns, and we did. But today, and Patty Heatherly has coordinated this whole thing, and I want to thank her for that. Her husband, Chris Heatherly, a Navy veteran, and we want to thank him, and again, all the veterans. But Patty, it's an honor and a privilege to have you, and today you're going to draw out a name to give our truck away to a needy vet. And again, Kevin, the sanitation engineer, come by and get us that title. You dropped the truck off, but we need a title. We don't want one of our proud veterans getting arrested and thrown in jail on the 4th of July. But we're going to pick out a name, and Patty, with that name, there's a commander of one of the groups that submitted the names, right?
Yes, there is, Bob. And also the VA next door, they didn't want to help us. They couldn't give us any names because of the HIPAA law. They said that they couldn't pass out any names. So what we did was we put it out on Facebook, and we got quite a few people off of our Facebook page. So it's been pretty interesting. It's pretty exciting. Someone's going to be awful lucky today.
Yeah. Hey, I like, you're not in the radio or entertainment business, but I like the way you're shuffling that envelope around. So, yeah, we don't have any kind of, it's too late now. We're going to have some kind of fun. Roger Cook just walked in, and Roger Cook's thumping for us. Get off the table, Roger, and put your pants back on. We don't need all that. Now, that's not true, guys. You know that. You know how crazy I get.
Ooh, I was going to say, oh, my, I better leave.
I'm already out the door. My eyes are, get me an ice pick. I want to gouge out my eyes. So, okay, we're getting a true veteran that's a needy veteran, and it's a shame. It's a shame that some of our veterans are put in this position when they fought so hard to let all of us benefit from all the good that came out of these wars. So, Patty, who is the lucky vet?
Rodney Edmondson. He lives in St. Louis, and he came out of the post there. He's going to be really excited. I've talked to him quite a bit the last couple of days because he thought he had missed the drawing.
Now, wait a minute. The fix ain't in, is it?
Oh, no.
Okay, I don't want to look in that. I don't want to look in that envelope and see all of his names in there. So, and what's his name again, Patty?
Rodney Edmondson.
And he's from what post in St. Louis?
They never gave the post. They just said the St. Louis post off of Metaxa, Metaxa Lane. Okay, well, anybody that knows him, or if you're listening, sir, congratulations and thank you. Thank you. You know, there's not many times that somebody gives somebody a truck or a vehicle or money and then thanks them for taking it. But I want to thank you, and I'm going to thank Kevin for donating the truck. And Kevin, I'm going to thank you even more when you bring the damn title. So we'll be getting a hold of you right after the 4th of July, and we'll probably take it to the VFW and let them present it to him. So, again, Patty Heatherly, the Director of Public Relations for the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, thank you for all you do to help the people out, and thank you for your husband's service to our great country. Thanks, Bob. Keep doing what you do. Yeah, well, if I do that, I thought you liked me. I'll be in jail. I can't keep doing it. Patty Heatherly, thank you very much. Roger Cook, as you know, just danced. I'd say walked in, but just danced in through the studios. And Roger, it's the 4th of July. It's the 4th of July weekend. And I know you're like me, and we're a lot alike, because it breaks me up when I talk about this great country of ours. It breaks me up, and when they say men don't cry, whoever said that can kiss my white, hairy, crying ass, because men do cry. And if you don't cry, when you see that flag, and you see these parades with these brave military people, the vets, and you don't get a lump in your throat and a tear in your eye, get your ass to Russia, to Iraq, Iran, and I tell you what, if you make it back alive, you'll understand after that. Mr. Roger Cook, co-chairman of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. How you doing, Roger?
Well, I'm doing great, Bob. I didn't come up here to dance. I'm
glad you didn't, because it's not very pretty. It's worse than my face, but go ahead.
Hey, just to wish everybody a great 4th of July. This is a very, very important day. The lives that have been sacrificed, all the sacrifices of the many that's went into forming this great country. We're so blessed. I've been blessed. I know you appreciate.
I sincerely do. The opportunity that we all should have.
Yeah, but things right now aren't great in our country. We're not happy with the political structure and what's going on, from the federal level down to the local level. And I'm so proud to be part of the Freedom Coalition, the movement to bring honest, open government back, because we deserve it. We, the people, deserve it. And so happy 4th of July to you and Patty, and all the Freedom Coalition members. And let's be proud of our country. I know you are. I know I am. And let's celebrate this great country we live in.
Mr. Roger Cook, stick around, Roger. We're going to have one more break. Let's get some calls. Go ahead. You're on the dark side.
Bob.
Yes.
My name is Carl. I live in St. Louis.
Yes, sir.
I want to wish everybody a very happy and safe Independence Day, and remember to thank a veteran for what they've done for this country. Because if we would not have what we have, if it was not for our military and our veterans who give it, some gave all and all gave some.
Carl, I couldn't have said it anymore. Thank you very much for the call. Are you a vet, Carl?
Can I say one other thing, Bob, real quick?
Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to tell you a little stories real quick. My nephew was in the 82nd Airborne, okay? He's coming back out of Afghanistan, and he's got layovers. When he gets on an airplane, I think he was down in Florida, coming home to St. Louis. And a lady sitting on the plane looks at him and says, "Sir, you're in the military." And he said, "Yes, ma'am, 82nd Airborne." She reached in her pocket, handed him a $20 bill, and she said, "You have a beer on me, sir. Thank you for your service."
Yeah, well, that's a true American, Carl. Thank you very much. I hope you and everybody in the St. Louis area have a safe 4th of July. But I said the same thing. You heard me earlier. We don't think about that food on the table. We don't think about the clothes on our back when we're children. We just know that it's provided for us, and it's provided by our parents that we love. And this great country is our parents, because our country is our family. So we always have to remember that. And Roger, it's amazing sometimes how people forget where we got, where we're at. And I don't shard them. We just get caught up in this in all the crap that's going on in our world. But it's just like our parents. You go visit your parents at the gravesite. You remember them. You respect them. I just wish people would respect this family, this American family of ours, because America, we are all family, and we can fight. Families fight every day. But at the end of the day, we have to respect and love each other and love this country, because if we don't, nobody else is going to, because the people throughout this world hate us for what we've done, what we have, being successful. And I don't know when Americans are going to one day unite together.
Well, I hope that it's this election, tell you the truth, federally and locally. But let me tell you this story. I was watching a news channel early this morning, and I seen it had a patriotic song, and it reminded me of my lost ones, my loved ones that I've lost. My brother, my mother, of course, comes first to mind, and how hard she worked and how proud she was to be American. And I'll tell you what, nobody's gone, Bob, if we never forget them. And from our military, the heroes that have sacrificed and gave their lives to our parents, our children, any relatives. So believe that. I believe that. I think of them every day, and I thank God that I was born in this country.
Hey, me too. Hey, well, if there is a God, I got to thank him for that. Listen, we're going to take a break. We're going to go out with another military song. Fox's Colors. Is this These Colors Don't Run? Is that the song? This song is called Colors, for anybody that may want to get it. A lot of people listen to the songs and they call in and they want to know who sang it and the name of it. This is by the Oak Ridge Boys, and it's These Colors Don't Run. Now, if that doesn't give you goosebumps, if that doesn't get a lump in your throat, check your pulse, because you ain't alive. You ain't alive. Today, you can thank, all the listeners can thank the military today, this great military organization of ours, because today I didn't rant and rave, a little bit, but not much. Saved your guys a lot of ear problems, ear headaches, and I know that. But sometime to get serious, you have to slow it down. Now in the elections, you gotta ratchet it up, because people don't understand unless you go crazy. And I am politically insane, and I'm going to continue to be politically insane, and only because of our great military, and only because they give me the right to live free, to talk free, to move free, and they give us all that same right. Let's start utilizing that right, people. Let's start standing up. I know people in St. Clair County out here. I can't call you Bob. Don't mention my name, because I'll lose my job. I think to myself, where the hell am I at? Am I in Russia? Am I in Iraq? Am I in Iran? Am I in a third world country? No, I'm in this great United States of America, people, and we all
We all got to stand up for what we believe in. Roger Cook's favorite song is, you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. And that's a great song. Has a great message. But let's quit being afraid. We're Americans, people. Let's quit letting these politicians intimidate us. They've intimidated me for the last 4 years. They've threatened me. They're going to put me in jail. They're going to do this. Somebody's going to kill me. I'm still talking and walking. And I don't want to be melodramatic, but I'd rather die free than live. And I understand at some point, I understand what the blacks felt back in the day, because I'm white. And they try to enslave all of us. And it's not just the white politicians, it's the black politicians. There's enough blame to go around. Don't let them enslave us. Politically, morally, let's be who we are, people. We've got the right to be who we are. And if we don't exercise that right, one day you're going to lose it. So let's remember what the 4th of July is all about. Let's salute our great country. And by saluting our great country, it goes without saying, we're saluting our brave military, past, present, and future. Because without them, we have no country. Without them, we're not here today. Without them, future generations wouldn't be living free. And it didn't come easy, just like our parents putting food on your table. It didn't come easy, but we didn't think about it. Well, a lot of times when food wasn't on the table, I had to go to the store and shoplift something, but hey, I was going to eat. Yeah, I really never shoplifted. Hell, I didn't want to go to jail. We didn't have 20 cents to buy some bologna. I sure wouldn't have had $10 to bond me out of jail. But people think I'm a no-good sumbitch, and I am pretty good no-good sumbitch, but I ain't that good. But I gotta keep up my image, so I'll say I stole some food, but did go in the dumpster sometime. Not proud, but guess what? I'm not ashamed of it. When they threw it out, it was ours. So anyway, we're gonna leave today. I'm not gonna rant and rave. Go out with my usual. This is my favorite song, and it just it just brings to light everything about this great country. And it's the American Trilogy by Elvis Presley. I usually play it to honor someone on a death. And just listen to it. Enjoy this 4th of July weekend. We won't be here Monday again, but 10 o'clock we'll be playing the Tribute to America. And we'll also play it Saturday, tomorrow, and Sunday. So if you love military music, tomorrow on KZQZ at noon, and 11 o'clock on Sunday on KQQZ. Have a great, safe 4th of July. And I mean that for everybody, friends and foe. Maybe July the 5th we'll all come together, quit fighting, get the budget together in Springfield. I wanted to talk about that. We'll get on that Tuesday. So have a great time. We're going out with the American Trilogy by Elvis Presley. And the older I get, if there is a God, and there may be, please, God bless America, because we really need it.